Hello again and welcome to Crochet with Curio. In this video we're going to do a variation of the granny square, the Sunburst square. This is comprised of 4 different rounds. You may have noticed the difference in sizes between these two, and I'll explain that in a minute. This is the traditional method of doing the Sunburst granny square. However, I find that the edges are a little bit too loose, and so I've developed this version, which has got a tighter edge and gives a much more dense and solid feel to the granny square. However, I will be showing you how to do both methods, and the difference is only in the 4th round. For this tutorial you will need 4 different colours of yarn. The colour choice is completely up to you, but I tend to like to go from a lighter yarn to a darker one, or the other way round. So taking your first choice of yarn and a 4mm hook, start off by doing a slip knot, and we're going to chain 5. We're going to slip stitch into the first chain, and then we're going to chain up 3, which counts as our first treble. Now in the hole of the centre of the ring you made with the chain 5, we're going to place another 15 trebles. When you get round to the end, I'm going to do my final treble. So I've got 15 trebles and a chain 3, which is a false treble, to make 16. Just check and make sure that you have got 16 by counting up, and then fasten off into the top of the chain 3. With a slip stitch, and then chain 1 and cut. So that's the first round. If you're making a blanket of these, it might be an idea to do several at a time of each round. Round 2 is a round of puff stitch, and we're going to join the next yarn in between any of the trebles that we've created in the first round. Just fasten on as normal. The puff stitch is a little bit different from what we're used to doing. I'm going to start off by putting our hook in and pulling it through, yarn over, put the hook back in, pull through again. So we've got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, through again, pull back. We should have 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, back through, pull through again. So we should have 7 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 7. And it's important that you work quite loosely with this, or else you'll find it quite difficult to get the yarn through. We're going to tie it off with a chain, and then it's the same in the next stitch. Yarn over, hook through, catch the yarn, pull it back. You've got 3 loops on your hook, yarn over again, through again, catch the yarn, back through. We've got 5 loops on our hook. Remember to work quite loosely. Yarn over, put through, catch the yarn, pull it back. We've got 7, and we're going to yarn over and pull through all 7. Tie it off with a chain. Make sure that you go into every single space between a treble. So yarn over, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, back through, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, back through, 7 loops. You might just want to wiggle it a little bit just to make sure that it's loose. Yarn over, pull through all 7 and lock off with a chain stitch. And we're going to do that all the way around, making sure that we go into every space between every treble. And I'll meet you when we get back to the beginning. So now I'm at the final space between 2 trebles. I'm just going to put a final puff stitch in. So got 3 loops on the hook, 5 loops on the hook, and 7 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 7 and lock off with a chain 1. Now just count round to make sure that you've got 16 before you actually fasten off. If you haven't, you've missed out a space somewhere, so it's worth looking back. You do need to make sure that you've got 16. And when you've made sure that you have, just slip stitch into the chain space at the top of the first puff stitch and fasten off. This pattern means there's lots of loose ends to weave in. I tend to like to weave in as I go along. If you leave it to the end, it's up to you, but I prefer them out of the way personally. Just taking a few minutes to weave in the loose ends just so that they're out of the way. And we're ready for round 3. So take your third colour and join again in any of the spaces and fasten it on. This round may look similar, but it's using a different stitch. We're going to do a cluster stitch. So to start off, we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to work trebles into this space. So yarn over, put your hook through, catch the yarn, pull it back, yarn over, pull through 2. However, we're not going to pull through the next 2, we're going to start again. So yarn over, through the space, catch the yarn, pull it back, yarn over and pull through the first 2 only. So we've now got 3 loops on our hook. We're going to continue that until we've got 5. So yarn over, through the space, catch the yarn, pull it back, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've now got 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, through the space, catch the yarn, pull it back, yarn over, pull through 2. So we've now got 5 loops on our hook. So we're going to yarn over, pull through all 5, fasten off with a chain, and to get to the next space we're going to chain 1. So yarn over, through the space, catch the yarn, pull it back, yarn over, pull through 2. So with 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, through the space, catch the yarn, pull it back, yarn over, through the first 2 only. So with 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, through, catch the yarn, pull it back, yarn over, pull through the first 2, 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, through the space, catch the yarn, pull it back, and yarn over through the first 2. So we've now 5 loops on the hook. So yarn over, pull through all 5, fasten it off with a chain, and chain 1 to get to the next space. So we're going to work our way around the circle, all the way around, and I'll see you when we get back to the end. We've worked our way all the way around with the cluster stitch, and I'm now going to do the final cluster. And just before we fasten it off, just want to make sure that again we've got 16 cluster stitches all the way around. If you don't have 16, you won't be able to go on to the next round. So just take time to make sure that you have got the full 16 cluster stitches, and then slip stitch into the top of the first cluster stitch and fasten off. The next round, round 4, is where we go from a circle to a square, and we do this by relying on using stitches of different lengths. So the longer stitches are in the corner and the shorter stitches are at the side. So we're going to do the traditional method first. So take the colour of your choice for the 4th round and fasten on in any chain space. We're going to start with a corner cluster, so we're going to do chain 4, and this is going to make a false double treble. So to make another double treble, we wrap the yarn around twice, go back through, catch the yarn, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to repeat that again. And to get to our next chain space, we're going to chain 1. The next chain space, we want our stitches to be a little bit shorter, so the next one down from a double treble is a treble, so it's just yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. We're going to do 3 of those. And to get over to the next space, we're going to chain 1. So in the next chain space, we want an even smaller stitch, so the next one down is half trebles. So we're going to do 3 half trebles in that space there, so it's yarn over, pull the hook through, catch the yarn, yarn over and through all 3. And we're going to do that 3 times. And to get to the next chain space, we're going to chain 1. You can see now it's starting to make a square. To get back up to the next corner, we've got to repeat what we've just done. So we're going up a stitch size, so we're going to go into a treble there. I'm going to put 3 of them in there. And chain 1 to get to the next chain space, which is going to be a corner. So these are double trebles, so yarn over twice, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and repeat that again. Yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. So we've 3 double trebles and it's starting to look straighter. So we're at a corner, so we're going to chain 3 and put 3 double trebles back into the same space. So now we've made our corner, we're going to chain 1, and in the next chain space we're going to put 3 trebles. Then chain 1, and in the next chain space 3 half trebles. Chain 1 and back up to 3 trebles. Chain 1 and then we're back to a corner, so it's 3 double trebles, chain 3 and 3 double trebles. 1, 2, 3, So we're at the corner, so we're now going to chain 3. And 3 double trebles back into the same space. So that's the next corner. We'll continue that all the way around and I'll meet you when we get to the end. We're back on the home straight now, and on this side we've come to the middle section which needs the smallest stitch. So I'm going to put 3 half trebles in there. Chain 1. Three trebles in the next space. Chain 1. And then to finish this corner off we need to do 3 double trebles in there. And to make the corner we need to chain 3. And slip stitch into the top of our original chain 4, which made up the false double treble, and then just fasten off. As you can see, this isn't the neatest and it needs a little bit of pulling about to get it square. Next we'll show you how to do the tighter square, and the only difference is the final round, which is round 4. In the alternative final round, the stitches need to be tighter. So we're going to use a smaller version of the stitches, but because it results in a smaller square, we need to drop the stitch count down a little bit. So we've got extra stitches there that we need to lose. So in this round, not only are we going to use a smaller version of the stitches that we used in the last one, we're going to skip doing the chain 1s between chain spaces. So for the alternative round 4, we're going to fasten on as normal. And last time we chained 4 to make a false double treble. This time we're going to just chain 3, and that will count as a false treble. And then we're just going to put 2 further trebles into that space. And that will make half of one corner. Now, as I said, we're not going to chain a space, so in this space we're just going to do 3 half trebles. We've got a squeaky hook. Again, we're not going to chain over to this space, we're just going to go straight in and do 3 doubles in the next chain space. And as that's the smallest stitch, we're going to go into the next chain space with 3 half trebles. Then straight into the next corner with 3 trebles. And as it's a corner, we're going to chain 3 and do 3 more trebles back into the same chain space. jump straight into the next chain space with 3 half trebles, and then into the centre chain space with 3 doubles, then back up to 3 half trebles, then we're back to another corner, so we're going to do 3 trebles, as we're at a corner we're going to chain 3, and 3 more trebles back into that chain space. So you can see it has the same effect of making it square, but it's just a little bit tighter than the traditional way. So the next one is 3 half trebles, then 3 doubles, three half trebles, and then we're back into another corner, so 3 trebles, chain 3 and 3 trebles, we're on the final side now, so 3 half trebles, then in the next chain space 3 doubles, and in the final chain space 3 half trebles, which then brings us back to the corner we started in. And to finish that corner off we're going to do 3 trebles, and as it's a corner we're going to chain 3, and we're going to slip stitch into the top of our original chain 3, which was our false treble, and then chain 1 to fasten off. All that's left to do now is to weave in any loose ends. I'll put a link to the pattern for this granny square in the description of the video. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. See you next time.